Hi, this is Christy and welcome back to Christy's Kitchen. So today on our menu, we are going to be making Italian wedding soup, kind of with my own little twist to it. Basically inspired by my friend Marianne's recipe that she gave me many years ago. So remember when we did the how to make your own turkey stock? So we had, I got like 6 quarts of turkey stock out of that pot that we made. So I already put in 3 quarts into my 6-quart pan, okay? And I'm starting to get it to boil just to get it hot. Then I'm gonna show you all the ingredients that we're gonna put into it. So again, with your leftover turkey, I just shredded a couple cups of turkey. I'm gonna throw that in. Get that heated up. And since this is already cooked, the only thing you're going to be cooking is the meatballs, but because you're going to get this pot super hot, they'll cook almost instantaneously, okay? I'm going to use 1 can drained of sliced carrots. Oops, there we go. All right. And look at how pretty that stock came out. Golden, beautiful. And you can freeze this up to like 6 months. So if you wanted to make other soups and stuff that you usually would use turkey or chicken stock, you can use the turkey stock. It's delicious. Okay, next we are going to be making our mini meatballs. So I'm going to show you how I made these. I take 1 hot Italian sausage and I take it out of the casing. Oops, 1 egg. 1 sweet or mild Italian sausage out of the casing. And a 1/2 pound of ground beef. Move that out of the way. Okay. We're gonna put about, I would say about a teaspoon of onion powder and about a tablespoon of garlic powder, just to get some flavor in that meatball. And then I start with a 1/4 cup of Italian breadcrumbs. Okay, if it's too wet, you just need to add more breadcrumbs to it. It's not a big deal. But you don't want it too dry because you want it to be a very nice moist meatball. And then you're gonna combine all these with your best tools in the kitchen, your hands. Combine them, and then we're gonna roll them into these tiny little meatballs. About, I would say, a little bit the size of a quarter. So I have all my meatballs rolled, so you don't need to watch me roll around. But this becomes this, and then when this soup gets hot enough, we're going to throw the meatballs in. At the very end, we will be adding our spinach. Now, a lot of times they use escarole, and that can be a little bitter, so that's why you blanch it a little bit beforehand. But escarole sometimes is hard to find, so I used spinach a couple of years ago, and I've always used it now since because I just like the way it tastes in there. So let's get this nice and hot. Okay, we're going to get this up to a rolling boil, and then we're going to pop our meatballs in. Well, while we're waiting, we're getting our, you make sure your stock is at a full rolling boil, just so that when you add the meatballs in, they start to cook almost instantaneously. So we're gonna drop these in a little bit at a time. And again, this soup is super easy to make, and with your Thanksgiving leftovers, it'll be a new twist on something because it's hard to find leftovers after Thanksgiving that people just don't get sick of turkey. Okay, we're gonna add these in. You wanna keep that rolling boil coming, so make sure that it's, or else you need to make sure it's super hot because that's the only way that these meatballs are gonna cook quickly into your stock, so. And once you add all this stuff into your pot, you're gonna let it cook for about an hour, and then just, to make sure all the meatballs are cooked and everything's incorporated, and then season to taste. Then add your salt or your pepper. But because there's so much flavor in the meatballs and in your stock that you made, your homemade stock, you tend to not need to salt it right away. Make sure you taste it before you salt it. All right, and this is the last of my meatballs. And we are going to make sure that continues to boil. About 30 minutes in, we'll add this our spinach to it, and then we'll be ready to plate. Welcome back, and through the power of the internet, our Italian wedding suit is ready for our spinach. So we're gonna take that lid off real quick, and we're gonna do a quick taste. So like I said, you're gonna salt and pepper it at the end. It may not even need pepper. You have a lot of spices in your homemade stock and in your meatball, so let's just taste. Okay, just needs just a tad of salt, so I'm gonna just do a few pinches. Okay? All right, let's move that around. And as you can see, your meatballs are pretty much cooked already because of this stock is so hot. So we're just gonna throw in the spinach. Oops, run away. And don't think that that's a lot, because you know how spinach wilts down and definitely shrinks up. So, and you're just gonna give this another couple of seconds just to wilt. And then we'll plate it. Let's put the lid on real quick. And like always, the recipes are gonna be down below. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends. We're gonna plate this here in a minute. Again, easy peasy making your own stock. You can do it with chickens, like I showed you with the turkey. So easy to do, okay? All right, let's move around this stuff here. And that looks pretty wilted already, so like I said, it doesn't take much time once you get it all in there. And it's nice and hot. So let's plate this up. Get some more of those meatballs in there. All right. Awesome. All right, here you go. Italian wedding soup, Christie's style. Stay tuned next week for a new recipe, and thank you for subscribing. See you later.